Morning everyone, Boker Tov, Shavua Tov. We're continuing in Halachot Shabbat Siman Reish Ayin Aleph, the end of Seif Aleph, where the Mishnah Berurah says that when it comes to Kiddush, we talked about doing Kiddush right away when you get home. When it talks about Kiddush, so the Torah tells us, Zachor et Yom HaShabbat lekadesho. Remember the day of Shabbat to make it holy. So technically, most Chachamim explain that technically you fulfill this in Tefillah. When I remember Shabbat and I make it holy, I say the bracha of Tefillah, Mekadesh Shabbat, I'm making Shabbat holy, I'm making it special for you, and I repeat it, and I say it in prayer, you already fulfill the mitzvah that way. Our Chachamim wanted to establish an action to show physically you're making it holy, and that is the concept of Kiddush. So that is Midei Rabbanan. Now, with this said, therefore, if let's say, and the guy must be really forgetful, but let's say, or maybe in times of war, God forbid, or whatever, a person, 11 p.m. Friday night, he's like, oh my gosh, did I do Kiddush or did I not do Kiddush? Whatever, right? Whatever, I've had a case, people called, I'm not sure if I put on my tefillin this morning or not. Do I have to wear it again or not? Okay? So a person says, I don't know, I don't know. I don't know if I did Kiddush or not. So, just like we know with a rabbinic law, if you are in a doubt in rabbinic law, then you could go lenient. So therefore, Safek de Rabbanan de Kula, we tell the person, if you're not sure, and it is a rabbinic law to do Kiddush, actual Kiddush over wine, therefore you don't need to do it again. What tefillin is from the Torah. Tefillin is from the Torah, so therefore, if you're not sure, you do need to do it again. Good point. So, when it comes to Kiddush, though, in that case where the guy is not sure, so what you would tell him to do is do the psukim, because psukim are psukim, you could say psukim. Do the bracha of Mekadesh Shabbat without the name of Hashem, and do Borei Priya Gefen, because anyways you're going to taste Gefen. So basically get the format of Kiddush, but without the name of Hashem. Plus, it's good to do it that way, because some do say, there are some opinions that say that the only time you're yotzeh with remembering and making the name, making Shabbat holy in Tefillah is when you have intention that I am, when you're thinking about it, not because I read the words but I was spacing out. Do you fulfill Kiddush that way? That's, you have to have intention for it. So therefore, doing it in a way where you're actually still going to do the Kiddush, but without the actual brachot, except for Borei Priya Gefen, you best to do it that way. Hopefully you don't forget. It's an interesting case. Just to jump in quickly to the Seif Bet, when it comes to a woman, says the Shulchan Aruch, women are obligated in a Kiddush, even though it's a mitzvah aseh she'azman grama, even though it's a time-bound mitzvah. Time-bound mitzvot women are not obligated in. So only at this time, not at that time, women are obligated in. But Shabbat is different. Mishum ditkash zachor leshamor. Exception to the rule, like let's say Purim, Pesach are exceptions to the rule because they're also part of the miracles, so they also have to do the 4 cups, the matzah. Shabbat is also an exception because it says 2 times in the Torah we have the 10 commandments. And one time it says Zachor et Yom HaShabbat lekadesho, remember Shabbat. One time it says Shamor et Yom HaShabbat, guard the Shabbat. So Shamor, guarding the Shabbat, means don't violate Shabbat. Zachor means the positive commandments. Do Kiddush, do the things that you're supposed to be doing on Shabbat. And therefore these 2 things are connected. And therefore women that are obligated not violating Shabbat are also obligated in doing the positive commandments on Shabbat, which includes Kiddush. So that's the start of Seif Bet. We will continue tomorrow getting into this concept a little bit further. And just to end off actually is that technically, because a woman is as obligated as a man is, technically a woman could fulfill the mitzvah and have in mind for her husband, if that would be the case. I have a friend of mine that is allergic to grape juice. So in his home, his wife does Kiddush. So it should be the man doing Kiddush anyways, but technically you are yotzeh if the woman does Kiddush for the man. Okay, that's that for today. Mincha tonight at 6:35. We're going to the cemetery? Today, or because Friday is the actual day. Okay, we'll take it off the recording. Okay, so 6:35 mincha, possible cemetery visit today. We'll talk about it.